What's going on YouTube? It's AKingsCreation again, bringing you guys another video. In this video, we will be breaking down the scout missions from week 1 all the way to week 11. I got all this done within a day, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I did it. First thing we need to do is the world difficulty. We need to go ahead and change the world difficulty to normal, okay? That is the key to making this complete this as quickly as possible. Now for the first week, the hardest challenge or the hardest objective is the skill seeker mines, because when enemies run around and you try to use them, sometimes they explode but it doesn't kill them, so be careful with that. But it's still easy to do with any build on normal. Week 2 is pretty normal. Just get through the mission, you know, do a bounty, and then capture the choke control point. Same with week 3. All these activities that I'm showing you that I completed it are the hints that you would have to figure out if you didn't look at this video. So this is the same for everybody. You're welcome to pause this. I will leave timestamps as well. Week 4 is the same thing. It's pretty simple. Now when we approach week 5, there is one activity that is pretty difficult, and that is the marksman rifle one. Okay, this one is going to take you a lot more time than the rest of them, depending on what type of build you have. You might have a one-shot build that will easily get that done, but for others that don't, on normal, just go ahead and try to snipe as many people as possible. Now the next one, week 6, is the specialization weapon. It's the same thing here. You do get only 2 bullets, so you kind of want to use it wisely until you got to fill up the bar again of kills so you can get more bullets. So keep in mind that the specialization weapon isn't as easy as you think. That being said, the hardest week, I believe, is week 8, because you have 2 of the challenges that are extremely hard. The hostile tanks. The hostile tanks is basically like the juggernauts that walk around, and they're very rare to find, especially on normal or even on heroic. I even tried to switch to heroic, and it was basically difficult. I had to find them by just like respawning at the safe house and maybe like changing the difficulty between heroic and normal again, just so I can reset the world. And they were very difficult to find, and you have to find 5 of them. Okay, that is definitely the hardest week, and the reason why the bounty was also checked was because that federal triangle only has 1 bounty. You would have to find like hostile objectives to get more bounties in order to keep going, if you try to use up all your bounties, or so on and so on, right? Week 10, week 9, they're pretty straightforward. Now week 11, the last week you have to complete, is completing or destroying enemies or killing enemies with a grenade. Now this is not as hard as you think it is, especially on normal. Just hit them when they're standing still and you should get a lot of kills with that. All right, so that is pretty much it for the wrapping up of all the objectives that you need to do to complete week 1 all the way to week 11. Now this is just me showing you that, hey, I actually did this myself. I actually started from week 1 completely. When I came back into the division after a couple 8 months, I was like, I don't feel like doing these scout missions. But we've heard that they were coming out with a climax mission or a mastery difficulty mission, and you had to complete week 1 scout all the way to week 11 scout, and you have to complete all the objectives in order to access that. So I wanted to be able to do that and present that to you guys on this channel, so I had to run through all those scout missions, and now I'm providing that information to you. That way, for anybody who hasn't done the scout missions yet or trying to figure out some of the hints, this video is for you. You can go back into timestamps, or pause it and then go along the video and do it at the same time, because you should be able to get it done within a day. Now this is the build that I was using with all these scouts, even on normal and heroic. This is my legendary build, so it can tackle any content in this game. And I'm not going to break it down too much, especially because I am going to actually make this in a separate video later this week, especially when I got through the mastery. I might as well call it a mastery build, because I completed the mastery or the climax mission, Hellsoul mission, with this build solo, and I will provide that gameplay probably the day after this one, so you guys can see how I completed it. And it was very difficult, because not only did I complete it on mastery difficulty, but there were also mastery leveled hunters in that mission as well, and I had to go through 4 of them to complete that mission. And yeah, if I died, I would have had to start all over, so I was very patient with that. So yeah, that is pretty much the build that I have, and I will, like I said, break it down further along the way. Anybody who has any questions on certain scout missions or certain questions about the climax mission, how was I able to do it with mastery, let me know in the comments below, or I will explain it. So that way I can explain it in the next video when I actually break it down, the actual gameplay. So here's just me just going through, leaving you guys some gameplay of me completing these scout missions so you guys can see me using this build that I've showed you the entire time, and completing some of these challenges along the way and how easy it is to complete it on normal. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and leave this video off and just show you guys the gameplay. Like I said, let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. And if this video helped you guys out, man, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.